Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I would like to thank you guys for your recent incoming comments. I really do appreciate any type of feedback both on the channel and on what I'm doing, and it seems like there is a bit of an influx in a variety of comments. I appreciate the negative ones just as well as the positive ones, because the idea is to build a channel and to make it even better, or rather just simply better than what it is. And I do make a lot of mistakes, admittedly, in my videos, or if not a lot, but I definitely do make mistakes here and there. And I'm glad that you pointed out to me. And today is a rare occasion when I actually found, or rather I found you commenting on a mistake of mine rather than me finding my own mistake, that is actually worth make a new video about it, because it was such an interesting thing to analyze and to discover my mistake and how it could and should have been corrected. So in my last video where I uploaded a lesson with Philip, he had this position in one of his games and he played king f4, and I have given him a fair bit amount of grief claiming that this move was useless, simply because f4, g5, g6 is an obvious plan to win with the two connected pass pawns. However, upon looking at it in a slightly deeper and more precise why, I realized that it's utter nonsense, because, or rather, again, instead of saying I realized, I should say that it was pointed out to me by a kind commenter on Reddit, that f4 is actually nonsense, because after king d6, g5 takes, king e7, the king gets back into the defense without any problems whatsoever, and it's a very basic draw. And indeed it is. So all I can say is good on you, mate. Thank you for making that comment. I tried to make it work. I couldn't. And on the other hand, Philip's move, the one that I thought was nonsense, king f4, is actually a very clever move that pretty much leads to a more or less forced win, but the win is actually nowhere near as simple as I thought it would be. The basic idea is that I didn't see at all was that after king d5, white just simply plays a pass move. Rook h1 seems to be by far the most logical, and black is in Zugzwang. Whatever black does next, it's going to hurt him really, really hardcore. Okay, so the idea is that after e5 check king f5, it is a very basic win, whereas if the king drops back, then we pinch this pawn, and whilst black is racing for the h-pawn, we just get there on time to pinch one of these pawns and thereby easily winning the pawn ending. I'm going to talk in more detail about the positions that would rise after something like king f7 in a different variation. Also, please note that in this position, if king c4, then king e4, d3 is an easily winning position again, because if I do this, then I get checked down here. Okay, and if the king comes here, then we guard the pawn and we still take this dude. So once again, when I say easily winning, it's not that easy, but yeah, the idea is that we separate the king from the pawn and we win it. So the bottom line is, and this is going to be our main variation, is that after king f4, king d5, rook h1, the most sensible defense is to push this pawn forward, play king e3, and then play a bit of a hide and seek with the king and stick around in these two squares. Because what it does is that it denies the white's king entry to attack these two pawns, but at the same time it keeps an eye on those two pawns so that rook h6 can't really hurt them. The main motive that helps us to win the game is a rook swing, rook a1, with the idea of that the pawn is immune to the rook a7 check tactics, and once again the position is Zugzwang. Okay, so after king f7, king d6, black has got nothing better than giving a check. We go forward, rook back, and rook back. And once again, black will have to give way and eventually allow our king in. If the king goes to g7, again the white king penetrates, and if the king goes to e7 to keep the king out. So now it looks like we came to a bit of a a plateau, or we reach a position where we can't really make any progress. But then again, the Zugzwang motif is going to help us out. A simple rook lift is going to allow us again to make progress, because now the black king has to make a move. If e5, if worse come to worse, normally we just come back around this way is doable. I will show you a line where that happens. And if king e8, then king d6, king f7, king d7, e5 again is forced. There's no other way to play it, because otherwise the pawn drops. e5, and now another waiting move is the way to go. Rook h3, and once again black must give way. King g6, king e6, coming closer to the pawns again. Please note that the black rook is always a very passive bystander. This is the ultimate good rook versus the worst rook. I did tell you about it probably before, but if not, I'm telling you now that the basic rule of thumb in rook ending says that regardless of whether you are the attacker or the defender, you want your rook behind the pawn that is a passed pawn. If you have it on the side, it's a little bit worse, and having it in the front is the worst. So this is the ultimate winning scenario for white, and if we swap the rooks the other way around, that would be the worst. Okay, so yeah, rook h3, king g6, king e6, check, king d5, and now we go back to the scenario that I told you about when the king would come back around exploiting the weak f5 square. King g5, and yet another very patient waiting move, rook h1, and for the third time we place the black king in a Zugzwang, actually the black army, sorry, and after king g6, rook h5, black is too short of moves, very unfortunate business. King g7 is forced, upon rook takes h7, we enter a winning pawn ending by this. King takes, and now we're going to take e5, and then we'll have a spare move to claim opposition, and white wins. And so the white pawn on h7 is still immune. The king must drop back, but when they do that, king penetrates via f5, and after rook h6, rook f6 followed by king takes, the two connected pass pawns are going to win this endgame for white. Or if we play the computer's move f5, which doesn't seem to make any sense to me, because I just taken, two connected pass pawns always win. So that's a game over scenario again. And I believe that I have covered everything here. Yeah, I had all the lines. So this was the main line pretty much, that black sacks away the pawn on d3, and then tries to put up the most difficult resistance by trying to dodge all the shots and jabs and hooks by passing around here. And indeed, it took a lot of tricks and a lot of Zugzwang scenarios. I think in this line, black at least got 4 times in Zugzwang. This one is the last one, after which he had no chance to save the game. So once again, the way to liquidate into a winning pawn ending here is g5, and after takes, we are going to pick up this pawn, and if they sack it after pawn takes, we win, because now it's an opposition where black has to move out of the opposition, and therefore we win. So that was the rook ending that I analyzed very quickly and very inaccurately during my lesson with Philip. And I really don't have any excuse for that. I mean, this appears to be the more logical plan that I showed him, but it happens to be faulty and inaccurate and insufficient for a win. So once again, I would like to thank everybody who pointed it out to me on Reddit. Please keep on correcting mistakes in my videos. I'm more than happy to take criticism on board. I will just ban you from everywhere I can. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. As a result of that, hopefully I could make this time a sensible video about this rook ending without any major errors in it. And so that's another great opportunity for us to learn more. And on this note, I would like to mention that I think I will start an endgame series as well. As for now, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Keep on subscribing, please. Keep on watching me. Keep on popularizing me. I have got an idea to give you a bit of a surprise gift on this channel if we reach the 500 subscribers. We are up to 279 right now. So once we double it, I'm going to upload something fun. that is going to be a special treat. Until then, I will keep on coming at you with more and more cool chess related videos for the sake of the greater good. So thanks a lot again, guys, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.